Hello, my name is Drew McDermott, and I want to welcome you onto tonight's webinar. If you're taking a look at NeoLife for the first time tonight, I want to congratulate you for making the commitment. And I do believe the next 20 minutes will be a good investment of your time. And I'm guessing somebody invited you to join us. And I'm guessing you did so either out of curiosity or you're looking to enhance your life or your family's life in some way. And NeoLife has two goals for you. Number one, we aim to empower you to great health. And our second goal is to help you improve your financial situation. And just to kick it off, I want to give you a quick snapshot into who we are and what we are all about. We are the world's leading nutrition company. And this year we are celebrating 60 years in business. And our distributors right now can build a NeoLife business in any one of the 50 countries that we are operating in. And we are on a mission. One second, a little technical issue. Apologies, we'll get there. Here we go. Okay, we are on a mission. Our mission is to make the world a healthier and a happier place. And as a company, we know that we cannot achieve this on our own. So we are building a global NeoLife family that is excited to end the trend of chronic disease and financial disease. And together, we believe we can make the world a healthier and a happier place. And we live, as a company, we live by a set of values that I believe will keep us at the top of our game and keep us empowering people for the next 60 years. And our first value is absolute integrity in everything we say and do. We expect that from ourselves as a company, and we also expect that from our scientists developing our products and our NeoLife family around the globe. People are number one. We believe in the golden rule. Treat others the way that you want to be treated. And this includes respect, individual dignity, kindness, acknowledging that each person has a unique and important role to play. And number three, products that work. Quality without compromise. And we can guarantee the purity, the potency of every single one of our products. And our products are developed under the guidance of our scientific advisory board. And we believe in the philosophy based in nature, backed by science. And our fourth value is equal opportunity for all. No matter your age, your gender, your experience, your race, your religion, you can have success with NeoLife and you'll be welcomed into our global family no matter your background or where you come from. And number five, long-range vision. And this vision guides our decisions and actions for the well-being of both existing and future NeoLife family members. And that rings really close to my heart because NeoLife has been a part of my family for a long, long time, for 44 years, in fact. In July 1974, my parents were newly married. They were broke, but they were ambitious. And a very successful man said to my father, "Rory, you need to start making some more money." And my father thought he was being offered a job, but this man said, "No, you're never going to create wealth working for somebody else." And instead, he invited him to take a look at the NeoLife opportunity. And back then, they didn't have the benefit of technology, so they were invited down to a NeoLife opportunity meeting. And they left that meeting that evening not fully understanding how it all worked, but they said, if NeoLife can do half of what that man promised, then we've just got to try it. And so they started their NeoLife journey with what he calls a step of faith. And faith is believing in something that you have not yet seen. And if you analyze any success story across all industries, it begins with a person having the courage to take that first step of faith. And their faith, along with some hard work and personal development, the NeoLife opportunity gave my parents a platform to go from broke to complete financial freedom and the freedom to choose where they lived, where they traveled, where they educated the kids, the freedom to work from home. And their step of faith and their decision that they made 44 years ago changed the course of my family's financial future for literally generations to come. And although I grew up in this freedom, I haven't always been a NeoLife distributor. And at school, I was taught, I'm sure, probably the same thing as you were. Study hard so that one day you can go and find a good job. And I do believe in a good education, but it took me 13 years of working in the corporate world to realize that very few people ever achieve financial lifestyle or freedom while working for somebody else. In 13 years working in London, employed by some of the world's biggest investment banks, and I got to tell you, in today's world, don't expect to find security working for somebody else. The job for life is a broken business model, and I don't believe it is relevant in today's economy. And just take a look at the people around you. How many of them have actually achieved freedom or purpose following the system? And here's an interesting stat that I have to back that up. By the age of 65, which is retirement age, plus minus most parts of the world, 95% of people are still broke. And only 5% of people will have enough invested to live or maintain their current lifestyle. And it goes deeper. Come retirement, 95% of people cannot actually afford to retire. And now it's not really their fault, because I believe the goalposts have been moved. Retirement projections that they probably made 10 or 20 years ago are no longer relevant in today's economy. The cost of living has gone through the roof, while incomes have pretty much remained static. And then on the other end of the scale, we have more young people coming out of schools, universities, training colleges, and they are all now competing for fewer jobs. And last week, I was traveling in an Uber, and I got chatting to my driver. He was a smart guy. He had 2 degrees behind his name, but he had been sitting at home for the last year and a half looking for a job. And that is just not an isolated case. The world is a changing place, and we either adapt or we die. And sometimes we hang on too long thinking that things will change, thinking that this year will be better than the last year. But for things to change, you have to change. And the definition of insanity is doing the same thing, day in, day out, expecting a different result. And when I learned this lesson, my life changed. And time management, I believe, is probably the biggest difference between the 95 and 5%. Time will be your friend or your enemy. And time will either promote you or it's going to expose you. It doesn't always appear this way, but change is the most constant thing happening in your life right now. And you're either increasing or you're decreasing, but you're never staying in the same place. And I borrowed this little graphic from a book I recently read called The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. And he spoke about auditing your relationships, your finances, your health, your personal development, your spiritual life. Every one of these areas is either improving or it's getting worse. It may not seem that way right now, but give it 5 years, give it 10 years, and the improvement or lack thereof will be very clear, because time is either working for you or it's working against you. And I truly believe this is a good thing, because what that means to me is that we are in control of the outcome. If we start making daily positive changes in our lives, compounded over time, you can literally guarantee your own success. And 95% of people are uncertain, if not terrified, about their future. They want change, but they just don't know how to get change, or they don't even know where to start. And that is what tonight's webinar is all about. No matter your background, your education, your race, your age, NeoLife will offer you a platform to start making these changes. And I'm going to quickly run you through what we call the NeoLife the compensation plan or opportunity meeting. And it starts with you making a decision to join the NeoLife family. And here are the 3 daily success habits that you would need to implement into your life. And these success habits may seem insignificant, but here's what I've learned. Doing the little things, the little activities, will create you big success. And a misconception or misunderstanding is that success will come from doing something one time or getting lucky, but it couldn't be any further from the truth. It's a small, seemingly insignificant daily habits compounded over time that will create your success. But here's why 95% of people live a lifetime of mediocrity. The little things are easy to do, but they're also easy not to do. And so the first success habit is we want you to use the product, the NeoLife product. Become your own best customer and become a product of the product. We promote the world's finest nutrition, hands down. And as a result, we want your family to be seeing the benefits, looking younger, feeling stronger, living with more energy. And we know that whenever a person starts using our product, the world becomes a healthier place. And that's the first part of our mission, making the world a healthier place. Habit number 2, sharing your product and your opportunity. And I want to be very clear on this. Our job is not to try and convince people that we have the best product or opportunity. Our job is to make a positive difference in our world. And that starts by helping people around us. It starts by helping the people that you're going to meet along the way. And I can only help you when I know what you want or what you need. And if you have a health challenge or goal, I'm going to share our product with you. If you need your need is financial or your goal is financial, I will share the NeoLife opportunity with you. And by sharing the product, you will build up a customer base where you purchase the product from NeoLife at a distributor cost price, and you will sell it onto your customers at retail price, creating for yourself a profitable business. Okay. Other people will be more than just customers, and they will become your business partners. And in this example, I'm using 3 people. And we teach these 3 people to do exactly what you have just done, to implement the daily habits into their lives, to use the products, fall in love with the products, share the products and share the opportunity with people that they care about, build up a customer base, and go out and find their 3 business partners. And by building this model, you become what we call a director. And as a director, you're going to earn yourself an extra 8,000 Rand part-time. It's not a whole lot of money, but for some people, that could be supplementing their family income. For some people, that is going to augment a pension. And out of interest, you would need about 2.5 million Rand invested to get a return of 8,000 Rand. For some people, maybe that is educating your kids. But for me personally, I needed more money. I had 3 children. I had a wife. I was desperate to get out of the investment banking industry. And so I needed a lot more money. So some people join our business to make 50,000 Rand or more a month, and other people join our business to make hundreds of thousands of Rands a month. But what is key here, they all do the same thing. They implement the 3 daily success habits into their lives. And success habit number 3, personal development. Today, you need to be better than you were yesterday. And tomorrow, we need to be better than we are today. And personal development encompasses many things, from your attitude to your mindset. Whether you think you can succeed or you can't succeed, you're absolutely right. Maybe you have fears that you'll need to break through, or negative labels that you need to be removed. But at some point, we need to marry our goals and our dreams with skill and activity. And it's a common trend amongst business leaders around the world. They never stop learning. They never stop growing. Because as an entrepreneur, your job is to add value. And to add value, you're going to have to become more valuable. And we recommend that you spend 15 minutes a day focusing on your own personal growth and development. So use the product, share the product and opportunity, and become the best version of yourself through personal development. That is our business model. It is that simple. And I'm not going to say it's a simple business. I won't say it's easy, because like any business, you will have challenges along the way that you are going to have to overcome. Now, I'm sitting with somebody who I'm very close to. He's been a part of my life for many, many years. He, like me, his 2nd generation in this business. He has a fantastic story to tell. I was looking at some photographs that I wanted to use as his picture this evening, and I had so many, I couldn't quite choose. So here we got a picture of Linda last month taking his team across to Mauritius, and that is his team lined up at the airport about to board an airplane. And that's his lovely wife, Samka, and Linda in Mauritius. And I believe that is a photograph of you in the deserts of Dubai.
Oh, yes.
Linda is a highly successful NeoLife distributor. In fact, he is on our president's team. What that means to the new people on this call is he has created success in the lives of many, many other people, enabling him to succeed. So Linda, welcome to the call.
Thank you so much.
Great to have you with us.
Thank you so much.
Now, I'm going to kick off the conversation tonight with just asking you a question. You 2nd generation NeoLife distributor.
Sure.
Can you just rewind the clock a little bit? Can you give us a brief window into your parents' lives before they were introduced to the NeoLife opportunity?
Oh, with pleasure, Drew. My parents, my dad was a teacher and my mom was a nurse. And basically, I was brought up in a little cottage, teacher's cottage, which is basically a 4-walled room.
Mm-hmm.
And we as a family did everything in that one room when we were growing up. My parents shared one car that you literally had to kickstart every time you take a trip. And they struggled a lot to even give us lunch to carry with us to school. As a result, it was really a tough upbringing that we had, especially at my primary schooling years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, so through NeoLife, how did that change?
Oh, that changed tremendously. I mean, completely. And I thank God every day for the choices that my parents made, and one of them being saying yes to NeoLife.
Mm-hmm.
The schools that I went to, or myself and my siblings, we went to government schools at that time, and they then, through their business, took us out of government schools and to schools that were called at that time, I'm not sure if they're still called Model C schools.
Mm-hmm.
And my younger siblings, they were taken to private schools. Wow. As my parents were becoming, could afford more. They took us out of that teacher's cottage and they built themselves talked about house down on the coast where I grew up in a place called Mkababa. Pretty much at that time, where after establishing their business, they did the first of everything, in a sense that the cars that they started to drive. I remember one of the cars, a Mercedes-Benz, was the third one in the country that my dad drove, from being a teacher to turning everyone's heads whenever he drives past. That was quite an achievement. And we then changed from traveling by trains to having our own chauffeur, with our own vehicles being chauffeured to and from schools. So they were achieving quite a lot through the NeoLife business.
Wow. There's a little saying that money won't buy you happiness, which may be true, but what it certainly will give you is choices.
Sure.
And when you have a family that you're educating and you're living in a home with 4 walls with 5 of you, having choices to take yourself out of that situation is a beautiful thing.
Absolutely.
Now, although you grew up in this NeoLife home and your family's life was changed drastically through the NeoLife opportunity,
sure,
you initially chose to pursue a career in engineering, correct?
Yeah.
Just talk us through that. What happened and what changed for you to turn your back on your engineering career and to pursue a life as a NeoLife professional?
Okay, great. Unfortunately, Drew, our education system is designed to produce employees, not entrepreneurs.
Mm-hmm.
And so through that entrenchment or that education, I then thought to myself, you know what, perhaps my parents got into business because they did not get an opportunity to study, and I was given an opportunity. As a result, perhaps I can get a better job than they did. So it was not so much that I can be a business person tomorrow. One thing that I had in mind was to get the best job there is out there. And yes, I got a degree in engineering. I practiced that for about 5 years. But, then reality quickly settled in, where there were some problems. First problem was that I was doing the same thing on a daily basis. Mm-hmm. And to me, it did not sit well. And secondly, my traveling was limited. I grew up in a home where we were taken abroad every now and again. And now to be stuck in a job and, you got to save for about 5 years just to go to the next country or a neighboring country. It was not my my cup of tea, so to speak. And at the end of a year, financial year, there would be no increases, or an increase will not keep up with inflation. So I was really desperate to find something else, because this is not what I had dreamt of.
Mm-hmm.
And so I quickly remembered that, hey, my parents are doing something at home. So if I cannot beat them, why not join them?
Okay. And so what does the future hold for you and your beautiful wife? And what excites you most about the NeoLife opportunity?
Oh, great. I'm very excited about this opportunity. Number one, because for anyone out there looking for something else to do, there are certain things that you got to look out for in an opportunity. Number one, a business model. We've got the best. Network marketing is a business model for the future. That cannot be disputed. Secondly, we've got to look at the market size. Is it diminishing or is it growing? And NeoLife is well placed, because nutrition, certainly people, as we are the world where fast foods are growing at a rapid rate, that means NeoLife is needed to clean up after them. Mm-hmm. So we definitely exist or are in a growing market. And lastly, we've got products that work. You've said that, and our customers bear testimony to that. Mm-hmm. And I'm excited about the future, certainly, because more and more households need what we offer at NeoLife.
And for anybody on the call who is looking to change their lives, maybe they are looking at NeoLife for the first time, what do you have to say to them?
Okay, the NeoLife opportunity works, definitely. But it only works if you work it. For anyone who's got to put some action, have dreams, goals, draw up an action plan. And if you put that action plan to work, definitely you will reap the benefits. And it's amazing. Sometimes it becomes a bit difficult to start at first with these new daily activities, but they become habitual, and then money starts to flow in.
Fantastic. Success doesn't start with nothing. It always starts with something.
Absolutely.
And the sad tale of the 95% who are, very often they are just waiting for that big old sledgehammer of success to hit them on the back of the head. But to accomplish anything worthwhile, you don't have to do the impossible or superhuman things, but you do have to do something. And that starts with a step of faith and making a decision. And tonight I challenge you to back yourself. Have the courage to make the first move, to start that journey. And when you make that decision, have the commitment and conviction to follow through on the decision no matter what. And I know people will discourage you. People will try and pull you back into your comfort zone. I know that for sure. But don't take advice from people who are not qualified to give you that advice. And in life, it takes just one person to extend their hand, or just one opportunity to give you hope and direction. And that is what the NeoLife family is all about. We're not perfect, but we do have a better way. And NeoLife is a place where you can get healthier. You can drastically improve your finances. You can make a positive difference in your world. You get to hang around people that are excited about the future and people who find purpose in uplifting others. So we may not be perfect, but we certainly have a better way. And you can start your NeoLife journey for less than the price of a pair of trainers. It comes with no risk, and best of all, it is built part-time on your terms. And so I want to just end off this webinar by thanking Linda for taking the time out of his evening to be with us.
Thank you.
If this webinar has been of value to you, I encourage you to pick up the phone and call or message the person who invited you. And together, we're going to make the world a healthier and happier place. And that's going to start with you. God bless you all, and good night.